You just have to put in that effort. You have to put in the time to hone your craft and get great at it. Mike Durbin, meticulous about stuff. Yeah. He is so like just aware of the stuff that he wants to cut out, the stuff that you see disappear. When we're sitting on those live shows together, and then you see the finished product, and you're like, "Wow, man, that was pretty sweet." How he transitioned away from this. It's the people that want to put in the efforts, and they want to make themselves a better performer or better content creator. I hate that word, but I will just say it: a content creator. And the laziness of others, it hurts the whole industry.
Exactly. You know what I've been doing to my wife lately? I've been going around the house to her at random times, and I just go up to her, and this is the God's honest truth. I shot Chris this video just to show him that I do it. And I go up to my wife, and I was like, "Who are you to doubt El Dandy?" And she just looks at me, "What the fuck is this El Dandy you're always talking about?" I say, "Now you're saying who the fuck is El Dandy?" I said, "What the hell?" So I just randomly do it all the time, but...
No, I agree, and you're right about Mike and his meticulous nature. And, I've said it to him before, like, I go on those recordings and just whatever comes into my head, I'll throw it against the wall and we'll see if it sticks. And if it doesn't stick, Mike will clip that shit out. Mike is so good at making you, like, he even somehow manages to make certain lines funnier than they actually were. Whether it's by adding visuals or just clipping out some of the nonsense that, actually refines the joke down. He's a genius.
Let's get to the shout-outs. And since Nick is replacing Conan this week, and the people do not want Joe, they did not join Patreon to have Joe shout anybody out. Okay, it's like, maybe the Get My Go Patreons, would appreciate Joe getting shout out, everything. But
I'd like to shout out. I'd like to shout out Mike Durbin from Chicago, Husey from Belfast, Ireland. All right, I'm sorry.
Husey has heat with me. He's too much of a clickbait artist for my taste.
Yeah,
really? Like, you could ask me like, "Hey, what's the weather like in Nashville?" And I could say, "Oh, it's a little chilly, and the sun's shining and blue skies." And somehow Husey will turn it into Nick Aldis shoots on Nashville weather. But
And that's what I see in the years of listening to them is that Opie was the guy who, excuse me, I didn't mean to drop a rue there and cough into the microphone.
Multiple time Olympian, the greatest swimmer ever, Michael Phelps, has been teaching us all about the breaststroke, all about the regular good strokes that you need there. Over the top, cup your hands, kick your feet, man. We're ready for it.
Well, me and you, we're experts on the breaststroke, but I mean...
Very much. No doubt about that.
Do you think certain people, like they're masters at like the flog-in dolphin stroke?
It's a very hard one to do.
Okay.
It's a very, very hard one to do. I don't know. I don't know if anybody other than a few people in this world are masters at that one. That's a very hard one to do. We've been trying to learn it, and me and you haven't been able to learn it very well.
That's even too radical for us. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I would agree on that. It is what it is on that.
You got to eradicate it, man. It's getting bad, and it's only getting worse. It's not getting better. It's just as more companies make this equipment or lack of available, there's just going to be more shows, and it sucks. And just because you have a lot of shows doesn't mean you're good. Yes. It just means you have a lot of time on your hands.
Yes.
And that's one thing I'm seeing too. People are stretching themselves so incredibly thin that it dilutes and it just completely takes away from anything you do.
Finally, major props to Joe for working while under the weather. What a trooper. I hope the new year brings you that coveted 400G GNR box set, $400 GNR box set, a new Jim Morrison biography, and even greater success for your Get My Go family. Hughie, the Radster, the Chadster, Durbin, Midnight Mike, and that Aussie guy.
Oh, come on, dude. Wait one second.
Psych. No. There's what he says. Okay. He said, psych, F all those losers.
Come on.
Hopi Conan Berries Get My Go 10 times worse in 2022. Hey, see, you were going to kazoo this guy, but he was going to, hey, Conan.
My bad.
I need this to stop with all the shitty people. So I will be a Get My Go member until the dying day. And I think we need to expand more and we need to do more because we need to shit on the rest of these shitty podcasts.
Get My Go returned last week, and this week we're going to set our sights on JD from New York and review his video podcast. Disco, do you know who JD?
You're going to review JD from New York?
Yeah, it already.
Are you really?
It came out last week. Yeah.
So is that kind of like the Dave Wack, kind of like the Get My Go thing?
Yeah, it's We're going to Get My Go, JD from New York. Yeah. which
really?
is
bro, this guy's got a pretty decent following.
big one.
Credit to him.
Who is he?
He's a complete fanboy. Hates the WWE. Everything WWE stinks. Everything AEW is fantastic. He's just one of these is feeding into that audience, and he's built up a following of like-minded fans.
Right.
But the guy is just complete, nothing more than a mark.
And the video we review,
Yeah,
man,
he's funny.
no, he just yells at everything. He's like a New York Italian guy that just yells a lot, But
Who? That's very detailed, by the way. Don't think that just because you explained to me who he is, he's not a who.
He's
friends. Wait. He's friends with Solo Monster too, right?
Yeah, and he's had unkind things to say about the both of you. So,
is he really?
Yeah.
Try to pull this.
I can't. I can't find it. Yeah, I think it's gone.
You can't find it. You just said it 1 second ago. You haven't even. You can't look.
No. We were on the hunt for it already. Di. We wanted to put it on.
I would
the show.
love to know what his beef is with us now. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, well, because our YouTube clips, some of them will be incendiary and inflammatory towards AEW. He's a huge AEW dyed in the wool.
Please bring him on the show so he can get served. Ask him. Go.
Let's do it.
Conan said that he heard you're talking shit. Come on the show.
Well, we don't even know exactly what he said yet. So I don't want
whatever it is that you're saying, or if you want, to come on the show and chop it up. Either one.
I remember that it had to do with you guys saying Kenny Omega's title reign wasn't that great or something. And who the fuck are you two guys to criticize the fucking best bout machine and all that kind of thing? Yeah.
This guy sounds like a mark. Then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be arguing with a mark. Yeah,
right.
Ixnay that.
And then the other idiot, forget it. I don't even want to go into that other asshole. The stupidity that comes out of his mouth. I mean, just shut the fuck up. He's just such a dickhead. I don't know why this kid has any ability to sit in front of his time, his whatever, and say, I'm going to now waste an hour and a half making horrible shit jokes, if you can call them that, about wrestling at 2:00 in the morning with some dude in New York. Like, what the hell? Just go to sleep. We've seen that. Just go to sleep.
I couldn't be any more different
100%.
Politically from Mick Foley, but I've sat down with the man for 30 to 45 minutes and I've spent a lot of time talking to him as a person. I can look past that and love 100%. Him as a human being and look in that man's soul and realize he genuinely wants everybody to do good.
Yeah.
Or no, he talked about his dead grandma on the same podcast that he talked about fucking his wife in the bathtub or something, right? Yes. Like, come on. So what is that?
Yeah.
That's life. Good morning, everybody. And yes, my good friend Mike Durbin here on Twitch is reminding me of what a great and tremendous theme that is for this show, because Mike came up with it, and I am very, very grateful, and I do love it. And Mike, thank you very, very much. Big shout out to Mike Durbin, man. Check out some of Mike's podcasts out there. I think Get My Go still a podcast?
Thank you so much to the over 800 renegades now that are currently subscribed to our Facebook page. That's right. We hit the number 800, which was our highest number the last time we did this page before some dipshit shut it down. But anyways, that's besides the point. The fact is that it's only up from here. I'm grateful and thank you for that. And also, speaking of numbers, we have the number 3 El Dandy video on YouTube, John.
It's the power of El Dandy, man. Come on.
I am so grateful for that.
I saw on YouTube that the Get My Go dropped for the JD from New York guy.
Mm-hmm.
How did that show go?
It went well. It stirred up a lot of controversy. Got us some good views, and more people are taking notice of Get My Go, and a lot of anti-JD people in the comments, a lot of pro-JD people in the comments. So I think we're going to have to do it again.
Conan, I'm going to give Get My Go a pass, okay?
I'm not.
Because, no, let me tell you why, okay? Because they were reviewing the John Wagland show, who's like a typical who?
Right.
You know, the guy's like a nobody.
They're all who's themselves.
Yeah, but nobody's listening to the guy's podcast. So he's getting no views. So JD from New York actually has an audience, right? And JD from New York, this guy has thrown shade at us.
Right.
So if you're going to actually do this for a show, I would suggest to do it for a show of a guy that's actually mentioned us, thrown shade at us, and everything, that has a bigger following than some schmuck mark podcast guy that that nobody listens to.
Yeah, it's like the old gimmicks army, the troll army. Now you got the Get My Go army coming out and doing some dirty business.
The army I want defending me, bro, in any way, shape, or form. Yes, please, everybody listening to the show. Besides the simple fact that Joe is a producer and the other guys listen to our show, there is no tie-ins, there is no representation, there is no nothing between K100 and them. Just they're their own entity, and me and DI are our own entity.
Mike Durbin and Disco are in a partnership, though, because Mike Durbin now sells Disco Inferno T-shirts. So there's a connection between those two.
Big fucking deal. It's still not representing the show.
Yes, Daniel, the Hall of Famer has returned. The prodigal son of the retro wrestling revival, and Chris Martin over here. Jim Powers has returned. That's for sure.
2. He was 2 away. Brett was 2.
Oh, there you go.
25 was supposed to be Bastion Booger.
Oh, who then retired from wrestling to start up the Rad Turtles podcast network. Oh.
I'm now going to call this the Disco Inferno endorsed Get My Go, as the most recent episode reviewed JD from New York's YouTube show / podcast. He does this gimmick where have you seen it, Disco? Where he sits in a
I've never seen anything this guy's ever done.
sits in a virtual bar. It's very, very lame.
Which I'm excited because later on in the month of February, me and you, we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be tag teaming up, and I'm excited about that because this is going to be the first time me and you are going to be meeting, so I'm excited, brother.
Yeah, I'll be down there for work in February, so I'm really excited to come down to the state as it is. Just it's an honor to get a chance to come down to this conference I'm going to for work and to get to speak at and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm grateful they're having me out. So it's going to be fun. It's even better. I'm a few hours away from you, so me and you're going to team up one night and have a good time down there. And I always love traveling and seeing things, so it's going to be fun.
Oh, dude, and you talk about you're going to get some soul food while you're down here, okay? Like deep.
Oh, I lived down there for 2 years, man. Yeah, get some of the good stuff, right?
Oh yeah, get some deep fried squirrel, some pig balls.
This is Always Ready Matt Cardona, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Death Match King, and you're watching Get My Go on YouTube. Don't be a dumb mark. Subscribe right now.
It's time for everybody's favorite radio show live on Spotify. Ugh, really?
Yeah. I just think he looks more like his uncle than he does his dad.
I agree.
He's got the build of Scott Steiner too. You know, he's just built like a fucking shithouse brick, man. The guy is built like a fucking shithouse brick, man.
Also, did you hear The Rock turned down $21 million for 21 days of filming for the next Fast and Furious? He said no thanks to $1 million per day. That's how badly Vin Diesel gets his go. Wow.
I heard Danhausen shows his eyebrows.
Shaves his eyebrows, hence his
Shaves
makeup.
his eyebrows. Yeah, okay. See if I can.
I think he ripped off of me. I have barely any eyebrows. Josh, you got some nice.
Well, U of L got rid of their coach, and he was creepy looking. He didn't have any. The people that don't have eyebrows, kind of, see, Big Bank's got some. I ain't worried about Big Bank. Lift your hat up. Let me see what you got going on there.
Oh, look at that! I have a natural.
Oh, that's scary, man. That's scary. Put that hat back down. You're scaring the fuck out of it.
I also wanted to recommend Mike Durbin's T-shirt store. I didn't because my
Mike Bing Bongo,
my broken chair. You didn't get to see my T-shirt, which is a Disco Inferno shirt.
Oh God!
It says "Welcome to the business, honey," with Disco on there. Very proud.
Why does it say honey?
Yeah,
you can get that at Mike Durbin's Pro Wrestling T store. It's just a line that Disco said on a podcast and once people found very amusing.
I have a question. How is Mike Bing Bongo getting away with selling a disco thing without giving disco royalties?
He is giving disco royalties.
Yeah. The old disco royalty scam.
They got a partnership.
Is it a sexual one?
No, I mean, I think they only met once in passing, so there wasn't really time for them to consummate the relationship.
Because I just feel like certain shows warrant being taped. Certain shows will lend itself to a live environment.
It's like trying to sanction
Bro,
Russia.
you already do shit like that. So just get in a motherfucking tub, throw some figurines in there, and take a video of it and get it over with.
Invite Durbin over. He'll do it.
Can I get Durbin to do it?
Do it with
in
the whole.
place of
No,
me?
do it with the whole. Get my go. What's the big deal, dude? What are you? Here's another
I'm
thing.
shy.
Maybe here's shy of what?
We got to block some
Maybe it
people
was
here.
ICW. What's that?
Super Ugly fan. What is that? Is that a show or something? What is
Eagles
Super Ugly?
parents
I don't know what the
brothers.
Super Ugly is.
Yeah, get rid of them. They're trying to
this
insult
guy-
my
this-
friend Big Bag Hank. Get
this
rid
guy-
of it.
this
At least
guy
they
really-
admitted they're ugly.
This guy really gets my go. I'm
I mean,
gonna get him out of there. He really gets my go.
Does Disco Inferno or Conan ever get your go? I think you mean get your goat, maybe?
We're here there, man, with my co-host, the Chadster there, man, and stuff and everything. How you doing, Chadster? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think I do, yes. I took a break from mowing the lawn. I came inside to record with you, and we are ready to tackle the greatest topic we could on Doink's side of the ring, the Intercontinental title championship victories of Razor Ramon.
Do you remember what Lawnmower Man was about?
But also last week on our show was Dean the Aussie guy, who we all know Dean.
Wait 1 minute. No, we don't. Who?
Dean the Aussie guy is a Get My Go.
Who's that?
He's a Get My Go.
Come
regular.
on.
He's from So Francine had him on.
No, thank you very much for having me on. I said to Chad it would make my life and my honor there, man, to come on the show. And yeah, look, I love your accent as well. And every time you're in the cold open of Get My Go, I love hearing Get My Go.
Get My Go. Yes. People say my accent is very annoying.
No, I disagree. I love it.
Yeah, and his first T-shirt just came out too. Actually,
His what?
his first T-shirt's available at the Mike.
Well,
Durbin.
where's that T-shirt
I'm sure
at?
that's
Hold that
a
up.
hot seller.
Mike,
Pull that T-shirt up.
Mike Durbin's Pro Wrestling Tee Store.
Pull it up.
What a bunch of marks.
Pull Durbin's Pro Wrestling Tee Store up. I let Durbin sell a shirt with my gimmick on it. Did you know that?
Yeah, he sent me a shirt, which I had no idea what it meant.
Oh, welcome to the business, honey.
Yeah.
That was this quote I had on Russo's show talking about one of these girls in the business that was virtue signaling me because she couldn't get booked or something like, you know, it was just like she was like complaining that she
I'd
couldn't
love
get
to know
booked.
how many shirts this sold.
Well, Disco will know because Mike's sending you money every month, right?
Yeah, it's like I think I got like $7 last month.
Right, that lets you know everything you need to know.
That means that was the one I
What
bought.
Joe,
Where's the Dean the Aussie guy
gets for
shirt?
his 13 shirts combined.
So what are all these right here? What are all these shirts?
Oh,
Well,
hang
make this
on.
big.
God, I just saw Hughley's face on one. Wait,
Here's the Aussie guy shirt. Which is
that Aussie. Look at that.
what a
that
terrible
Aussie-
shirt.
Which is
That's
his-
what you're trying to sell to people?
His Twitter handle. Yeah.
A guy nobody's ever heard of, and that's all it says. That Aussie guy. And what
That's
did it say
sus-
underneath? Wait a minute.
Oh, because
Put an S where the A is, and it's the sussy
the
guy.
sussy guy is his Twitter handle. Yeah. But then you got Hughesy's face
That
here
is
on the.
what sussy
Let's
guy's
pull up
supposed to
Hughesy's.
mean.
Pull up
Pussy.
Hughesy's. What does Hughesy's
fucking
say?
site's slow. There you. Oh God, who the feck is Hughesy? And then you got his
Oh,
big
that's true.
face there.
There's not one design I'm looking at right now. There's not one thing, and I'm being honest, that I would buy off of there. Nothing.
What's
There's
the one with the
nothing I
skull
would
right
wear,
here? The
not
skull
even
and crossbones. What does that say? Let me see that.
I think that's a tattoo that Mike got, and he just used a tattoo design for a T-shirt.
Just throw anything on a T-shirt.
Because like
That's
Mike
gotta be a
Durbin's
hot
tattoo
seller,
is
right?
like Goldberg's, right?
He's even got his dog on a shirt, so he's got some. Yeah.
You've got your cat
I
on
got
one
the
of
cat
yours.
on the
This
shirt,
is
yeah.
How many shirts does he have in the store?
Let me see. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 35 shirts. Or 34, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It's the
'cause
Mike Durbin show. The Mike Durbin show, and that's their
which
T-shirt.
comes out once a month sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's pretty much just he does Get My Go now. That's his when his podcast.
This is bread and butter,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So that was after a bank robbery to Bank of America. It says 1,700 rounds were fired from both the criminals and the officers. But if you're
I
in the-
wish somebody would walk into a Get My
Go
Go
recording
taping and
session.
fire 1,700 rounds.
P.S. Matt Cardona cut a cold open for Get My Go. Is that true, Joe? Did Matt Cardona cut a cold open for Get My Go?
yes, that is accurate.
Oh my God! Okay, he will never be on the show again. All right. Can we agree with that, Cody? That Matt Cardona will not be on
And bro, and how funny is this? Mike Durbin sent me an email trying to get him on the show.
Trying to get Matt Cardona on our show?
Yeah.
Because he cut a promo on their show?
I don't know why, but he did.
He's been on the show.
Yeah, we've already had him on the show, but now he's working with Get My Go, so we can't be on this show.
Bottom rights. Never heard of it, Mike. You probably got a lot of cool things in Chicago we don't have here, bro.
Burning Nerd Podcast. Code Twit.
The what?
Burning Nerd Podcast. That's probably like a Mike Durbin show that under another name.
Mr. Perfect is also posthumously. Mr. Perfect is also inducted in 2007.
Next one was from Ryan G. Subject Matt Cardona. What are your thoughts on Matt Cardona's run in the Indies? What do you think are the chance of Chelsea's chances of either returning to WWE or coming to AEW and the contracts are up with Impact? For me, they are the hottest thing in the Indies. Yeah, Matt Cardona is like the hottest thing in the Indies right now. He was the NWA World Champ, but he's doing good work.
And he was on the show. Great guy. He used to be a friend of the show until he did the Go My Go shit. But he's probably like Nick Aldis. He doesn't even know what he was doing. He was being polite.
Oh, where they swerved Nick Aldis into putting them over, and they thought it was
right.
They thought it was like a fan pod.
Right. Nick Aldis at first claims, and I do believe
he thought they were special needs, right?
Yeah, Mike Durbin was a special needs kid, which we can kind of see. And then with this guy, they were on Get My Go. I'm sure he thought or whoever else is on that Australian guy or whoever else, or Joe, they probably got some sort of Down syndrome or something. And he was like, you know what? I'll do them a solid. I'll do the fucking cold opening because that's the type of guy he is. I think he didn't know what type of an abomination that show is, so I might give him a reprieve.
Gary's landscaping just pulled up next to me as I'm recording this. If you don't know, I like to record this in my Jeep, my professional radio recording studio, aka my Jeep. And sometimes things like these happen, impromptu things, like Gary's landscaping service pulls up next to you with a red plow in front of his fucking truck, and he is staring at me. But it's fine, neither here nor there. But I guess if you aren't tuned, if you're one of those like guys who just think that the only things in life are guns, meat, flags, and shit-kicking music at the hoedown, then I guess you'd be kind of confused as to why this 40-year-old man is talking into a professional broadcaster's microphone with a pop filter on it in his Jeep right now at 12:28 in the p.m. in the parking lot of the Acme.
All right. Next is from HKGR. Subject is, are Conan and the Superior One being hypocrites regarding the fig bath? Conan originally claimed he would go on Hughie's show if it reached 30,000 subscribers. Hughie reached that number and Conan changed it to 50,000. And the Superior One straight up refused to honor a bet he lost where he was to wear a dress. Why not let Joe choose from a list of alternate punishments? I'd like to see him have to issue a heartfelt apology to Brother Martin on air, person to person, for the 50-plus episodes Get My Go spent burying the guy. Would love to hear him tell Joe to go F himself and not accept his apology.
Will you make any appearances on Get My Go? No, bro. I love those guys, but that show's too controversial, bro. They do a great job, bro. I love those guys. I really do, but I don't want. I just try to have peace in my life and not drama.
I agree. Kurt Angle was stoned out of his gourd.
And I even saw some people trying to defend this idiot by saying, who hasn't shaved their mustache into a Hitler mustache?
What?
Actually, probably almost everyone, A. And B, if someone was stupid enough to do it, why take a picture of yourself doing a Sig Heil? Seriously, enjoy Oblivion.
With no shirt on.
Enjoy Oblivion.
Dean, not only is this the main match for me, but you're my main man. What's your main opinion before I go drain the main vein?
Hey guys, it really depends on if Ronda Rousey's sticking around beyond WrestleMania. I don't know. I just don't know if she will. So I'm going with Charlotte.
What if not?
I'll expose myself to somebody.
Right, and showed a picture of him dressed as Hitler too.
Yeah,
right.
Why would you do that?
But I want to talk about Radio WWF. That's right, the radio show.
The next one's from Mike Durbin. The subject is Punk's yellow teeth.
Okay, wait a minute.
So he starts it off with, "Hey there, men," because you know what he's playing off the "Hey there, man" guy, right?
Right.
Y'all discussed CM Punk's gray beard last week and whether or not he should do a Wingaling style Westerman dye job on it. Do another kazoo because he put Wingaling in here, which is like that's to get my ghost stuff.
Am I like Rue? Am I a radio guy? Am I going to want radio 24/7 if I listen to old school wrestling?
So the crowd was all about firing Vince that night. Dutch is going to go over.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of the Get My Go of cage matches.
Yeah, except on Get My Go, they chant fire Joe Feeney.
So why don't we talk about Patreon?
Yes. Well, we're continuing the fun on Patreon. We're coming off the post Get My Go episode, and all of our new friends.
Was it a winner? Was I well received? What was
so
the
far
feedback?
so good. I mean, from everything I've seen online, it's very well received. It was very funny.
You know, I had huge anger management issues. It chilled me out. So that's what did it for me, cannabis.
Interesting. Do you think that, like, for mental health issues, do you think that listening to the Get My Go show would help people?
We'll let you know.
That might lead them to.
Let you know there's other mental health problems out there.
Well, I had a little encounter with the gentleman that we discussed. I had to bring him down to reality and let him know that they're not nice people. And he apologized profusely.
Yes.
For tweet after tweet, but I'm just like, damn it.
We have an update.
We do?
So he did his own podcast last night at 11 o'clock at night, talking about how, comments were taken out of context. And
of
it
course.
was in the vein of the character that they portray on their podcast, but you were never mentioned by name.
Tell me if you think this would up the tickets. If Joe showed up, you know those Chinese phone booths where like you stick 1 million guys in a fucking phone booth, or like a clown car where you stick a whole bunch of people? If he came in a portable bathtub and guys just came out of there just constantly, Mike Durbin, Effie,
Zack Ryder.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
Yes, Dean. I believe that 1,000%. The Radical One, he's just a legend within his own mind. He's the type of guy that will buy 40 shirts that he's designed just to claim that he sold them. He's that type of person.
Up
You don't
next,
get to make your own entrances. What's the point?
Yeah, it's true.
There's no custom entrances.
I would have them in their entrance cutting grass on a lawnmower digitally.
Well, exposing their penis.
JC Timms, Abilene, Texas. Annie Bunny, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Marcus Durbin, Chicago. Ali Carson, Fall River.
Time out. Go backwards.
Marcus
who?
Durbin.
From Chicago.
From where?
Is that
Yeah.
Mike Durbin's brother?
Flag that. I don't know. Let's flag that.
I don't know.
Flag that as potential. There we go. Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
kazoo
Eddie
him.
Durbin family.
Any Durbin from Chicago will get
Let me,
kazoos
you know what?
based on
This
proxy.
right here, okay, this one, listen to this because this is a special one. This right here that I'm going to give, which is kind of with the nighttime effect, like the boat at night. That's for Durbin and the 8 generations that preceded him. All right.
7, suicide.
If Johnny Knoxville does not win this match, I will stand in front of a bedroom window with an erection.
Mike, I'm not going to post that message, but I don't know who that is. Simply because of one word that you posted, I'm not going to really display that, but I have no clue who Randy West is.
Aussie guy. So tell the people listening, where are you from? What show did we pull you from? And how did you get involved with them? Because this guy over here loves you guys.
No, Chad has been very kind to me and a big supporter. So, I mean, there's a long running saga that it obviously culminated in Get My Go, and so that's how I've got to know Chad is through Get My Go and the hours that we've sat there listening to terrible podcasting and making fun of it. And look, it really is a lot of fun, and people will say it's mean spirited or whatever, but we have a lot of fun doing it, and we just try and make each other laugh, and it's always a good time on Get My Go.
I'm still waiting for that. I've had an invitation, several invitations, but never a follow-up.
Can't get it done on Friday. That's the problem.
They said they would. They said
they would. Yes.
Every single person that now I'm friendly with the Get My Go crew, and every single person said, "Oh, we will do it on a Friday for you." And I'm sitting here every Friday like, where are these people?
We're sitting here waiting. I agree.
But I still don't understand the concept completely because I haven't listened to a full episode yet.
Yeah.
So I really need to come on as I do. I really need to come on and experience it because, Chad's in love with you guys. And he talks about Get My Go so much. And I'm just like, God, why don't you just leave me and go to them full time? Like, he just loves you to death. So I'm intrigued, and I say this all the time, but the schedules just don't work out. So we have to find a happy medium because I would love to one day join you guys. And I wouldn't know what the hell you're doing, but I'd like to be there and experience the whole, the vibe.
We definitely need to because I've got clips of certain people saying unkind things about you.
Here's what needs to be done then. Whoever is the mastermind has to pull all those clips, and I'm going to probably cry because I don't like criticism and it hurts my feelings, but I'll do it because I think it might be fun.
Yeah,
all right,
of course it is.
book that.
Mike Durbin is a shrewd businessman, so we'll see what he has to say.
Oh, Mike and I are like this. We are.
And he loves you. No, that's
we are
sure.
two peas in a pod. So I think if you pitch it to him, I think he'll be all for it. But I really feel like it could be something fun to do.
Yes,
so
it would be fun.
Let's do it.
Will you make any appearances on Get My Go? No, bro. I love those guys, but that show's too controversial, bro. They do a great job, bro. I love those guys. I really do, but I don't want. I just try to have peace in my life and not drama. Mike Durbin, if Get My Go pays you, would you go on the show? Yeah, Mike, I would, bro. I would for pay. Yes.
Next is from Durbin. Subject is Disco on WWF Radio. Disco on WWF Radio. Hola, Conan. Glenn, in the most recent episode of the New Generation Declassified, which is hosted by Chadster of the Two-Man Power Trip and Get My Go fame, he mentioned a rumor that Disco Inferno used to call into the WWF radio program in the mid-90s and troll the hosts. Could you corroborate the story, Glenn? Mike Durbin. Yeah. See, Durbin, you know what Durbin did there, though? He put and Get My Go fame,
right,
which is like, which is going to, should I suspend him for a week from the mailbag from trying to sneak that? Okay, yeah, he's getting suspension.
Many people have heard me record before with the great Chadster of Get My Go fame.
Eyes Up Here with Francine, and the Chadster is going to go over all her comings and goings at Wrestle.
Okay, wait a minute. Her co-host is called the Chadster?
That's affectionately known as the Chadster, yes.
People go follow her because she's got big things in store for the world. Yeah, you have to be on this side. When you're on that side, it just throws me off.
As long as I'm not on the bottom right.
That's right. Yeah, what is that? What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
This is the second time I was on the bottom right.
Were you now?
Yes, I was. And somebody said something and I didn't understand it. They said you have to pay attention to the bottom, or the only thing that counts is the bottom right or something, and it was me. So I took it as a compliment.
You take it however you want.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway.
Mike Durbin posted on Instagram.
He turned on me.
He was at your show.
Yeah, he was at that show.
He turned on me. He said he was rooting for Cardona.
Oh,
really?
Dirty.
Yeah.
Really? What a dirty dog.
Yeah, he actually emailed me to get Cardona on the show. What's going on?
Was he his agent?
I don't know. But
I don't know. And
Maybe he's upset. Maybe he feels like I threw him under the bus during his trial. I don't know.
Are you going to double down? Are you doubling down on your comments that you made about Mike Durbin that you thought he might have been a special needs fan?
Now that I've seen that he's he was cheering for Matt Cardona. Now I think it's beyond any doubt.
Right, that is true.
P.S. Oh my God. Okay. P.S. Get my go rules. That's what it's going to be. P.S. This is Will Broadbent. So he's suspended permanently.
Let me just say this. Let me suspend him. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. This guy sounded very smart to the very end. Now he's like borderline ignoramus for the statement. Ban the guy since you wanted to be a wise guy in the mailbag. Congrats, you got over with the Get My Go guys. 5 non-happening motherfuckers. So ban this guy.
Get My Go, an audio version, has been released of the JD from New York episode where JD spazzed out when Cody Rhodes left AEW, and the Get My Go crew critiques that clip, of course. And Taking You to School with Dr. Tom Pritchard goes over the career of the Steiner brothers.
I'm going to invite that guy on the show. What's his name? JD what?
JD from New York.
You mean to tell me you have Conan, who can't even walk straight anymore, who was never really a big star to begin with in the United States. Conan? Really? What the fuck did Conan do in America? I don't remember. I didn't watch WCW. What the fuck did Conan do? What did Disco Inferno do?
Okay, JD from New York. If you listen to the show or somebody listens to the show,
he buries us.
Yeah, he doesn't like
good. Then he can come on the show and bury us on the show.
He's not going to come on the show. Trust me.
I doubt it.
Okay. I would doubt that.
I would doubt it. But
well, not to put this guy over, but when we did the Get My Go with those two guys,
yeah.
So this yesterday was a thread that our friend Dean, the Aussie guy.
I was sent that one.
Okay, you read it then. They say they're in character.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, are you an actor now?
Shit.
Every time me and John are on air, we are playing characters. Okay? We are ourselves turned up to 20. So if you get offended by anything we say, mind you, I'm warning you. We are joking. We're having fun, and we are going a little bit over the top with who we really are. Okay. All right.
You're a method actor for no money and no audience.
The best was
people to talk to.
Mike Durband DMs me and he sends me a video from that night. And the only person that was in the chat was the co-host guy, Checksmith.
Wingling,
yeah. I said, is anybody watching these two? But they were saying how they're in character and don't take it seriously when we, make fun of you or talk down to you or whatever. I just like,
shut up.
Like, no.
On the creative control, well, first off, you can check out Get My Go on their YouTube channel. Even though I don't do the shows anymore, Durbin gives me shit if I don't plug it. So there you go, Mike. Get My Go on YouTube. Getting ready to take another summer break, actually, so you won't have to hear about it anymore for a few months.
Oh my God, they're taking a break.
Summer vacation again. Mike takes the summer off
for the Get My Go show.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Like summer break from podcasting?
That's what he does. Yeah. He takes summer off. Yeah, he likes to build anticipation for the big return.
All right, this is from Mike Roach. Hi, gang. This question is for Robbie. Hypothetically, Robbie, let's say you felt the need to flash your neighbors and she called the cops on you. Robbie, would you, A, talk about it like an idiot on the podcast, B, go on social media and tell the world how God and your wife should forgive you, saying nothing about your actual victim, or C, shut the fuck up and pretend it never happened? P.S. How's the diet going, Robbie? Lovingly, Mike from Boston.
Jesus Christ.
Read some of the submissions that you had this week.
Elon Musk versus Biden and the Democrats. Meet the Hermets, the secret society of women who prefer to be left alone. American Plunge.
That'd be anybody that meets anybody from Get My Go, but go ahead.
Right.
And she dealt with a condition called Crohn's disease, which is severe inflammation of the intestines, which it's not life-threatening, but it will you feel like you're dying. The intestines.
You can also check out the Get My Go guys. They're still putting out content. Recently on their YouTube, they put episode 68 went after Sean Ross.
What do you have to do with that show that you're promoting them? Are they on your channel?
No, but I get ads for them and stuff. Ads on Get My Go aren't very expensive, and you would get an audio and a YouTube ad.
Edit this out. Those motherfuckers
They're not
have to pay.
expensive.
They'd have to fucking pay me.
Right. It's
Edit
not
out the
expensive,
mention
so
of Get
nobody
My Go.
listens to them.
I'm still part of the team. They're episode 68 went after Sean.
Which team is that?
The
sword fighting team.
GMG.
You're either on the team or you're not.
GMG
Enterprises.
I'm
I'm a stockholder from the beginning, so But their episode 68 went after Sean Ross Sapp and Denise Salcedo.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah. And that's
interesting. How was that? Sean Ross Sapp DM'd me again. He's mad. He said I was a piece of shit.
What did you do to him? What did you do to him now?
Nothing. He's just. I don't even want to talk about it. He's ridiculous.
All right. Then episode.
He said, and then that same day, he posted some weird thing like from a burn. Did you see that thing where he said I want to rub your thighs or something like that?
Yeah,
weird.
It seemed like someone's sending a DM.
Well, I can't count Brock Lesnar because he was already a wrestler. But hold on.
Oh my God! Get My Go. What the? Get him out of here. How about this? Your new troll name is Slapnuts McGee. Slapnuts McGee. I will be getting out of this basement soon.
Wait, hold on. Wait, why would you care if he was in his mama's basement?
Yeah, I'll be getting out of here soon, anyways.
No. I would love for him to answer that question. Why do you care? Why do you care if he's in his mom's basement?
Yeah. Slapnuts McGee.
If you were arrested for jerking it out your window to your neighbor, allegedly, would you take that shit to your grave, or would you announce it on a podcast and then make jokes about it on Twitter and then say how Jesus forgave you and it's all fun? Flashing is one thing though. There's flashing and then there's like pleasuring yourself for minutes.
Right.
There are a couple of different
AKA the Jeffrey Tubin.
I just want to say we might have just made the cold open of Get My Go with that little segment.
Big news, and I'm sure it's not much of a surprise. I think Disco predicted this. I'm going to return to Get My Go this week. I'm going to record those guys on Saturday since I'm no longer going away for the weekend. And it is indeed the second season finale, as Mike is, like I said, going to take his Get My Go summer sabbatical. So it's going to be the last episode for 3 months. I'll be on there with Chad and Dean, the Aussie guy. As far as the creative control...
Can you imagine being alone with this guy, Dean, the Aussie guy, and who was the other guy you just mentioned?
Chad, the Chadster from the Two-Man Power Trip.
In an elevator for like 2 hours or on New Year's Eve and nowhere to go.
It would be.
I like how Joe excitedly says the Chadster.
Yeah, It is. It would be, as Kevin Gill once said, on-demand audio entertainment if that was the case.
With zero demand.
So.
Oh my God! There you see. I can see Jerry Glanville, the bottom right.
If you didn't know by now, my name is Chad, and every single week I'm joined here by the one and only Queen of Extreme, Francine, looking on a nostrily angle this week. Mike Durban will love this one.
Does he like nostrils? Is he in the nostrils?
He loves pristine audio quality, which you always have.
Mike Durbin was throwing shade at Conan, and Mike Durbin were having a shade war. On
Political debate.
Yeah, he said, bro, worry about Chicago. You got enough fucking problem with Jesse Smollett and everybody else and the gang warfares over there and the proliferation of guns, and you're worried about being a disco simp. Oh, yeah, disco.
That's disrespectful of what you just
well, he is.
Okay, hold on. A grown adult man should not live in their mother's basement. Oh, then don't worry about it, you little shit. Anyway, hey, if I was in Eric's shoes, I mean, I would love living in my own mom's basement if I had one.
Especially if it's a finished basement. Hey, listen, Slapnuts McGee, Get My Go. Who are you to tell me how I should live my life?
Besides, at least that basement's more cleaner than your attitude.
Yeah. Oh, because I moved all my stuff up to the new room soon.
Do you ever listen to Get My Go, Nick?
Why would you ask me a question like that?
I don't know. See if you listen to Get My Go.
There was a time I was flogging the dolphin, and what a loser. Who did that?
Oh, fuck it. His name is Rad Rob Francois.
He does sound.
Oh, he's French.
But no, it's an amusing story, and it's part of the Get My Go saga.
Is he part of your crew?
He was at a time. His description on his podcast was, "I flashed her for several minutes." Isn't that an inherent contradiction? You can't flash
Not
somebody.
flashing them.
Yeah.
Flashing is quick.
Yes, you can't flash someone for several minutes. Oh, dear.
You got to respect the effort there, though.
it's good.
What's the name
But
of that
hey, no, he's all good with Jesus, though. Jesus is fucking cool with it. So
I mean, an iconic event and a huge and monumental occurrence.
She taught me what it meant to do whatever it takes to make sure your kids are taken care of. Taken. I don't know. Anyways,
Bro, you can check me out on before I say this, make sure you support all of Joe's stuff except Get My Go.
Hey, Get My Go. Here's something for you.
All right, next.
All right, next is from Mike Durbin. Subject to StarCast
All right,
5.
wait 1 second. I don't even know what the question is. Go ahead.
Subject to StarCast 5. Hey there, men. Remember the Hey there, man thing that we... It was just announced that StarCast will return this summer. Mark it down your calendars, July 29th to 31st in Nashville, Tennessee over SummerSlam weekend. If you recall, the very first StarCast in Chicago was 2018, where I first met Conan and Disco, and wonderful friendship was born. Are you two legends open to appearing at StarCast? I'm going to predict Glenn says, I have a job, I can't take a weekend off. You got it. Because I work, I have a job, I can't take a weekend off. I'm not going to StarCast.
by the way, John, once again, brother, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. You know I love you, and I greatly appreciate the fact that you do everything. You do so much within your power to make me happy and smile, and you're a true legitimate friend, man. I love you, man. God bless you.
Another one said Clover's more than a dating app. It's a singles app. Come join the party and make new friends while you find a date. Whether it's making new friends, dating, or finding love, Clover can be used by everyone.
I have met a few people. Actually, I met some fans of this show. So that was interesting, and just trying to spread the word about it. Yeah.
Is there a Get My Go forum where people can go and listeners of Get My Go can chat and share all their wonderful experiences with each other? Can you find that?
No Get My Go forum yet, but I would recommend it to Mike Durbin as he is single and he's ready to mingle. So check out the Clover dating app.
And which I'm the master of stutter foo, and I taught the Mrs. Dad, which I'm actually the king of stutter style right here. My stutter is as smooth as butter. It's better than no other. No, I'm kidding.
I feel bad for Jeff. I do. Even though he is responsible for his actions, I still feel bad for him because addiction sucks. And it's not that easy to just stop and quit, like John Langland said. If you don't want to be an alcoholic anymore, just stop.
Because it's pretty simple. If you don't want to use drugs or alcohol, don't use them.
And then this week, Husey has Carl from Who Are These Podcasts?
How about just who is Carl?
That's those guys do a show called Who Are These Podcasts, where it's a Get My Go similar type show where they review podcasts you might not have heard of.
Get My Go similar show?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I work about, as you can attest, a good 70 to 80 hours a week between all the stuff that I do. And I need a break. I love doing this. It's such a pleasure to do it. We will be back. I need a break. I did it for a very short time, 18 months, almost 2 years ago for a little bit. It was a great way to recharge the battery. This one's going to be longer. Unfortunately, I'm not going to put a timetable on it because I don't believe in that, because maybe in a few weeks I get where I'm feeling good and we say, and you're feeling good and let's get back into it. Or maybe it lasts
2 weeks,
a little bit longer.
3 months. We don't know.
We're just not going to put a timetable on it. I'll say this, it'll probably be in the late part of the summer that we come back. Most likely is going to be late part of the summer just because of vacations. I would say probably around August-ish, is when we're looking at coming back.